It's a nice view of the French Grand Prix that we had last weekend. We're going to try to fly out of this airport. It's a small airport. I don't know how well this is going to work out. But we will give this a go. Give it a go. We used the weather from we used the ATIS from VATSIM. Okay, what do we got for our departure? Runway 30, it's very short. It's like right on the edge of, I think, what this plane can handle. And it's probably not legal. The A32N departure. Let's have a look what that looks like. Yeah, that looks about right. That looks right to me. We have flaps 1 takeoff. Maybe we should use flaps 2 for takeoff. For a short one. Do we have the transition altitude on this chart? The chart is sideways. Thank you for that. That's weird. This is like half sideways, half not. It is a really small airport though, so that's not really surprising. Max 175 in that first turn there. Well, we can set that when we get off the ground. I don't see any altitudes on here though. Initial climb clearance 5,000 feet. Okay. Set. We're actually not really going to need any pushback because there's not much to push back. Well, maybe we should have to push back actually. Right through those vehicles. I guess we can just get pushed like straight back to that taxiway. I think that's what we'll do. This is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be fun. Damn it, we did just get a center on here. Ugh. Didn't we? ATC only above flight level 245 if local center is offline. Okay. Euro Control West. Well, maybe we'll check in with them after we take off. I think for now we'll ignore that they exist. Damn it. How did that do to the drone cam? That was weird.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We will be ready shortly.
Roger.
I did that.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
So there is no actual real tug here, so it's just going to, you know, we're just going to have to play this one. We're just going to have to play pretend here. So we get ourselves pushed back. Oh boy, we're actually going to have to steer a little bit.
You are cleared behind AE. Start your engines at your discretion.
What's going on now?
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes set.
Roger. Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is clear. We will see you on the right with the pin.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
We're
Thanks.
right
Have a
up
good
against the
flight. See you
building
later.
there. Fair enough. We'll go with it. We'll just roll with it and pretend that this is alright. So, above 1800. We'll just taxi across the grass, I think. Okay. That's both of our engines going. The APU bleed off and the APU off. Alright, we are ready for taxi. Let's see if we can taxi our way over there. Do have some jittering in this like a physical fucking problem on this thing. It's probably going to be okay in the Airbus because it has those D10s, so it's not going to matter much, but I gotta see if I can, maybe I need to blow in it, get some dust out or something. I don't know what's going on with that third throttle over. Good luck at the racetrack there. Come on now, turn around. I know it's a tight turn. You can do it. Gonna need all this. We're gonna need as much room on this runway as possible. Lights are set, takeoff config, all of that stuff is all good to go. We'll go to 5,000 feet. We should slow to 175 according to the departure chart. At 1800. Well, this guy is at, yeah, he's at 40,000 feet, so he's not going to be a problem. Alright. Thinking we can just get going then. Oh yeah, we have enough runway speed, I think. We have enough runway length here. Yeah, we do. Here we go. Our airborne. That's my throttle being stupid, so that's always fun. Climb. That's good. That actually makes that kind of shut up a bit. Autopilot. Flaps can come on. Landing gear, tractive flaps up, icing, don't need seatbelts landing, all that stuff is still to go. Flight level will just be 30,000. We're staying at 5,000 initially here. Oh, hey, thank you. This is why I invite you over, Sean, so you can help me fix that. There we go. That should be fixed now. Are we making a decent turn? Everything still looks alright. Didn't even bother turning the flight pad on. I'll turn it on now, I guess. Damn it! Thought I fixed that. when we get up there, I have to unassign that button still. I thought I'd already done that several times, but I think I just did it on different profiles. Nope, not fixed? What do you mean? Oh, there, you mean the ETA doesn't show up? I don't think it can calculate the ETA yet. That doesn't happen for a while. I feel like that doesn't happen immediately. Okay, so now that we have this, we will go ahead and climb up to 30,000 feet, which is our cruising altitude. I think it's I feel like I don't think you're wrong. I think it does sometimes, but I don't know when it doesn't do that. Things are okay. It's gonna be super hot today, and we're gonna hit the pool this morning, but then changed our mind, so haven't done that yet. And we're not gonna do it this weekend because they don't open the pool on the weekend until noon, which is too damn hot by that time, because it's like right out in the sun. So honestly, just gonna be staying near the air conditioner, I guess, all weekend. So technically when we get to over flight level 240, that is when we should be reaching out to Euro West control. It's always a good day to go skinny dipping. Yeah. Almost would have had to. I have no idea where my swim trunks are. It's 10,000. Switch over to standard altimeter and get the landing lights off. Oh, the strobe keeps turning off when one of those stupid buttons turned the strobe light off. Let's switch to cruise on the eCam automatically. That's nice. Oh, you set up a pool for the kids? Yeah. It's too cold to go in. But I understand it's too much work right now, and you're just moving in a few weeks anyway. It's a little annoying here, you know, because of COVID, we now have to basically book time in the pool. So it's not quite as straightforward as just like, hey, it's super hot, let's go jump in the water for half an hour. It's a whole thing now. Yeah, see, now it knows the ETA. I think it just because it's actually now finally on, you know, we're getting a bit further into it. Covers more state control above flight level 245. Okay, so this is actually a really good way of determining that. So when we get to 250, we'll see if we're still going to be within that Euro-West controls zone, which looks like that goes out just past Nice. It's not a bad idea. I might go in the hammock in the afternoon when the backyard is has got some shade going for it. Right now, there's just there's no sensible way to do anything other than stay indoors. All right, done with the checklist for the time being. We be flying at flight level 300. That seems like we're flying east. Is this the right flight? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I saw that. That's good. I'm glad you made some more progress, and more importantly, you're still enjoying it, which is really the most important thing, anyway. 135.25. Let's go mute the music for a moment. That seems to be a bug. Oh, there it goes. I am excited for the race. Yeah, should be good, right? Oh, you have, huh? Okay. I haven't, I haven't
Your
run it.
Control West, good evening, Air France 7673.
I haven't run it at all.
Air France 73, hello, you're right. Direct T-Needle.
Say again, direct.
T-Needle direct.
Direct T-Neil, Air France 7673.
Bravo 811 Nana, contact Barcelona 13235, bye-bye.
What's going on in the background of that controller, but he needs to do something about that. Sounds like...
Yeah, sorry. Mark 811 Nana, contact Barcelona 13235. Your control vet, good afternoon, Victor Papa Bravo Alpha, Papa Whiskey Flight Level 360. Victor Papa Bravo Alpha, Victor Papa Bravo Alpha, Papa, hello, identified.
Air France 463 with you, flight level 380.
Air France 463, hello, identified.
What's annoying, I'm not even going to talk to him because he's going to give me a squawk code. I'm not going to hear a single thing that he's trying to say over the ridiculous background noise that he's got going on there. We're just about to leave his sector here anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'll leave it on just for the laughs, but I don't think I'm gonna be reaching out. I don't know. I don't care.
Seabird 48, follow uniform, we're now clear of the weather, we can proceed direct to RKP. Okay, 048 Charlie uniform, thank you. You can set code direct to Milpa. Direct Milpa, thanks. Seabird 48 Charlie uniform. Shamrock 3 Kilo Mike, contact London on 132.6, bye-bye.
132.6, Shamrock 3 Kilo Mike, over there, bye.
With 1176, leaving my airspace, Unicorn 122.8, bye-bye. Is the 99 Golf, hello, identified. Proceed direct Kazakh. Direct to Kazakh. With their 1176.
What if people have like shortcuts for this written stuff?
Air France 463, proceed direct to Vanna. Air France 463, direct to Vanna.
Euro Control, good evening, Condor 27 Yankee with you, flight level 350, 40 miles north of Balzi.
Condor 27 Yankee, hello, identified. You can set course direct to Mike Tango Golf.
Mike Tango Golf, Condor 27 Yankee.
Victor Papa Bravo Alpha Papa, proceed direct to Turil, and after Turil direct to Irapar.
Direct two-wheel and after two-wheel direct Irma, Victor Papa Bravo Papa.
Thank you.
Hello Control, good evening. Air France 610 Papa, passing flight level 230.
Air France 610 Papa, hello, identified. Continue present heading, climb level 280.
Present heading and climb 280, Air France 610 Papa.
Aeroflot 1017 for descent.
Aeroflot 1017, that is copied. Start your descent, level 250.
250, thank you, Aeroflot 1017.
Euro Control, good evening, Iberia 3316. At the moment, flight level 380, destination to Madrid, in Bon Valen with you.
Iberia 3316, hello, you're identified. Proceed direct to Cheli.
Iberia 3316. Okay, directly to Shelley.
Cargo 88 Hotel, hello, there was another station calling. You're identified, report requested flight level.
I think it's flight level 200, Cargo 88 Hotel.
Yeah, report your requested flight level, Cargo 88 Hotel.
Requesting climb to flight level 350.
Cargo 88 Hotel, that is copied. Climb flight level 340 initially and proceed direct to Sozun.
340 direct station, Cargo 88 Hotel.
Right, and 1 Charlie Alpha, request 5 minutes away, please.
Approved, report back.
Will call, thanks.
Silver 942 uniform, hello, identified. Proceed to Kriza.
Chop up watermelon for the kids' break. Watermelon's always nice, actually, in hot temperatures, hot weather.
With 2831, that is approved.
Air Control West, good day, 0 wings 9 Juliet Bravo with you inbound to Soda,
Zero wings 9 Juliet Bravo, hello, you're identified. Proceed direct to Gonek, and I'll try to establish a connection shortly with the CPO.
Perfect, thank you, and direct Gonek for your wings 9 Juliet Bravo.
It's ground OMC.
Zero wings 9 Julia Bravo, subscope 0504.
Squawking 0504, Nana Julia Bravo.
Condor 27 Yankee, are you happy at 350 or do you request higher?
We're good.
Roger. Air France 610 Papa, resume our navigation direct to Mont.
Direct to... Please confirm. Sorry, 610 Papa.
Mike Echo November, escort 0605.
Squawk in direct to Mike Echo November, reference 610 Papa.
Yep, squawk 0605.
0605.
Air France 463, I confirm you're cleared to Point Vanna.
Air France 463, can you please repeat again?
Direct to Vanna.
Direct to Vannas, Air France 463.
Austrian 9505, second your request.
What's going on here?
Austrian 9505, affirm. To your request, any different level? Roger, Austrian 9505, direct to Bexon. Flight Yankee 50 Zulu, leaving our airspace, Unicom 122.8, goodbye.
Still a bit bumpy. A little bit of turbulence. We are going to be flying like, well, yeah, we're going to be flying a little bit over the Alps there, for sure, the Italian Alps. That's a good question. I think you actually have to join like a regional ATC user group, because for that part of it you actually have to, like, there's different levels and you actually have to do exams, like, to move up to another level. So they don't just let anybody go and control people. So, you know, anybody can basically become a pilot. Like, to be a pilot you have to read a couple of pages on a web page, and I think there is like one little quiz, but it's pretty easy to do. To be an air traffic controller, you have to go through a few more things, and then I think you might be. I think you can probably choose where you want to start, but I think you have to work your way up from the ground up. Like literally, like you probably have to start in a tower, and then, or even ground, and then a tower, and then an approach or departure, before they'll let you control an entire center full of airplanes. So it's like work. But yeah, I mean, you would have some choice, I'm sure, over where you would do that. In fact, it probably makes good sense, you know, to be somewhere that you're familiar with, because you have to know a lot of these things, and you know, obviously, you'll be much better at this stuff if you're more familiar with things. So. Yeah, actually, that's probably like a good. That's like a good size airport, I would imagine, for beginners. But I mean, it's clearly not just local. The one guy that was just talking, the Europe West Control, sounded like he was from the UK, maybe, even though that's not really a control zone in the UK. Yeah, I am sleepy. I don't sleep very well when it's warm overnight. And the heat in general during the day just makes me sleepy. Even though the air conditioning is keeping things cool, it just still feels like there's this weight in the air. It's sleepy-ish. See if I can figure out how to enter our TOD into this, because there is a way to do that. So that's our... And I think we put this in here. There, so we want... I think I can literally just type this in here if I remember correctly. N6 4643.1 slash E0125787 161 nautical miles to our top of descent. Okay, cool. That's super helpful to be able to do that. Actually, the AC, there are separate, you know, I guess we could, I could turn it down a bit. This doesn't actually do anything, but theoretically, the air conditioning packs are on. So we are using power to actually, you know, cool the cockpit and the cabin. We can get it a bit cooler for the passengers too. So yeah, it works. It works as well as any other simulated airflow works. Well, the plan is stepping up to a bigger plane is that somebody needs to make a bigger plane that's good to fly. My understanding, so I think there is only really one other bigger plane in the game, which is like the 787 or 777, some Boeing. But it uses like all the stock autopilot and stuff, which means it's kind of crappy. Like its systems are kind of shitty. So I don't know about that. I know that the group that makes this A320 mod is also planning to make an A380, which they are currently, like, they're working on it at the same time. So that's an Airbus that's basically like this model, but much larger, with 4 engines and room for many more passengers and all that good stuff. So I think, I don't know if I'm going to try something else before that. I might have to do some research, though. I really don't know if the other ones are good or bad. I just never hear them talked about, and usually when you don't hear airplanes talked about, it means that they're not being flown, which is probably because they're not that great. However, technically, I do want to fly or learn to fly the Douglas DC-6, which is a 4-engine plane, but it's not really bigger. It's just older, right? It's from like the 40s and 50s. It has radial engines, so they're very different engines. Propeller engines, not turbines. But there is 4 of them. It's got way more controls and stuff to be concerned about and worry about. So my plan is to try that out, I'm guessing on Sunday. Maybe later today, to be honest. It depends on how the rest of the day goes. Like right now, depends on what the temperature is like in the rest of the house. This is aside from our bedroom, this is the only other room here that I'm in that has air conditioning. So it's, you know, when it gets hot, this is the most comfortable place to be. But like the A380 is really cool. I've watched some YouTube videos of the real thing in action, like cockpit videos, and it's similar to this one. Just a few more buttons and switches. It's got like a camera built into the tail, so that in here you get like a top-down view of the aircraft. It's got a camera at the nose wheel, so you can see exactly where your nose wheel is in regards to the ground. So I kind of hope that that gets all implemented, because it looks really fucking awesome. And it would be the kind of thing where that would be fun to fly, like I did the other day with BJ. I think there are other simulators that have done that before. There are simulators that are more military focused, than this one's kind of general aviation, but it would be pretty cool. I mean, we'll see. So this fall, Microsoft is going to release like an official fighter jet, right? I think the F-14, alongside the Top Gun expansion. That's not going to have refueling unless that's a big surprise, but they certainly haven't said that. But it might be the first step, you know. It could be pretty cool. I wonder how, I don't know if the multiplayer would be good enough to actually be able to have like somebody fly a tanker and people just, you know, other people go and drink from it, I was going to say. Go and fuel up. So that could be really cool. If it could be done with other human beings, like that would be pretty sweet, I think. Miles to top of descent. So go enjoy the view of the Alps for a bit. Yeah, it's super, it has to be super precise too, for obvious reasons. But yeah, it does look pretty sweet. Every time I go back here, I start feeling the turbulence more. Seatbelt sign still on? I thought I had that turned off. Yeah, it's quite beautiful up here. What's the other side look like? This one looks even nicer at the moment. But I've actually really enjoyed watching videos of real-life cockpit recordings. It's usually during either landing or takeoff because, you know, during cruise there's not a whole lot going on, as we know. So, but otherwise, like it's pretty neat to see the interplay, how the co-pilot and pilot work off each other and communicate and all that stuff. So doing that with BJ the other day was fun. It's clearly a little bit janky, like there's some stuff that just doesn't work right, but it's getting close. Well, this one doesn't have any decals. I didn't put any on the Ferrari one, but I actually have, I think, 3 videos of the world tour that I need to publish. So I'm probably about 3 or 4 countries behind on the stickers, on the decals. I'll have to get back in there, and I do that like every couple of weeks, you know, in bulk. It takes too long to do it after every single flight, but I just do it every once in a while. Might do that later today, actually. Usually, well, maybe not today, but I will publish those other videos. Usually I go in there and, you know, it's just the recorded live streams of a couple of the flights in Africa. I think I'm in Ghana now, so I'm slowly making progress, but I'm kind of waiting because it feels very appropriate to try to fly like the DC-6 on some of the slightly longer flights in Africa, because it might be kind of fun. I'm hoping. I love flying the CJ4, but it's almost too easy. Taxi, what does the HP stand for? Runway 29 via Lima. I do need an assistant. Well, you know, there's no money in it. So, what do I need? Like a social media intern? A YouTube intern? Work for me, I won't pay you. You won't learn anything, but you'll gain valuable experience. That's how it works, right? That's how unpaid internships work. Well, it looks pretty cloudy up ahead. That's cool. I also realized that I misspelled Ferrari at least once or twice. Not on the airplane itself, but on like video or stream descriptions. Too many R's and too many random places. Yeah, so I have Niamey to Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso to Niamey, and then Ivory Coast to Ghana. So that's leg 49. Those are all videos that I just have to publish. Yeah, all my previous Ferrari videos have one too many R's in it, but I don't feel like changing it and fixing it. I'll just get it right going forward. I've yet to play around with malfunctions. I should at some point try them out, because there are some like malfunction settings in the simulator that you can turn on. I feel like there's still enough airplanes that I can learn to fly, especially the DC-6, where I will like introduce my own malfunctions due to my own ineptitude. I also want to fly the CRJ again, because, you know, I mean, I blew that one up a couple times, and there was definitely like some emergency landings and stuff like that. So probably try that one again at some point, just because it's actually a really neat plane. I have this, I kind of have this weird gap, well, not gap, I have like too many medium-ranged airplanes to fly for my world tour. Everything short, like under 100 nautical miles or even under 150, I fly the TBM. And then pretty much anything above that, I fly either, I can fly the CJ4, I can fly the CRJ, or the DC-6. And I'm kind of leaning towards flying the CJ4/DC6 on those medium flights and leaving the CRJ for longer flights. Like 500 miles or more. So my rough guideline is like 150 or less is the TBM, 500 or less is the CJ4 or the DC-6, depending on what mood I'm in. And anything above that would be the CRJ 700. It's kind of a nice view. You can see like off to the right, it's basically like the mountains here sort of end and it goes flat along the coast. That is, I guess, Slovenia. Or I guess part of this might still be Italy, but... Let's see. We are getting a little bit closer to our top of descent, so we should probably go and fill in our arrival stuff here. And let's hope that it's not going to fuck up the flight plan completely. So, what are we doing here? ILS to 34C. Are they all just, I guess it's just ILS 34. And the VIA is Zybar. Where are we turning? See, this is always the thing. Oh, see, it's now skipped us past that next waypoint. Or has it? It looks like it's added the approach properly. Okay, no, I think we're all right. always just does weird things. We'll figure that part out later. Oh, your son's getting back into YouTube streaming, eh? What is he streaming? It would work, except he's incredibly lazy. Well, that's not that different from me, so I don't know how helpful that was going to be. You know. It's kind of odd that I guess it is still flying us towards Malak. I probably should... Okay, so I think my rule of thumb should be that I shouldn't actually pick the arrival and approach until we've moved past the last waypoint. I mean, it seems to be going okay, but it does kind of concern me whenever it does this kind of thing. Garden Warfare 2, oh, that's a fun game actually, so I've heard. So does he stream it on YouTube? Is that how he does it? I'm kind of curious if it's going to turn us a bit more here now. It's doing a weird thing. Alright, looks like we're on our own pretty much for the rest of the flight now with as far as ATC is concerned, which is fine. It's fine with us. Streams on YouTube, yeah, okay. That's cool. Does he enjoy it a lot? Like, does he stream from, I guess, the PlayStation, where it's just, like, built in? Weather looks like it's taking a turn for the worse here over Austria. .7. Alright, so at that point, let's get ourselves ready. This is going to be our top of descent. We need to get down to 9,000 feet. So we will go and descend down to 9,000. We'll be at 9,000 at Daribi. We might have an exciting landing, I don't know, or at least an interesting one. Hopefully not too exciting. I don't really like exciting landings, if you know what I mean. I don't know what that circle there means. Doesn't seem to really have anything on it, which is a bit odd. It's going to be an interesting arrival. We kind of go over and then make a right turn. And then left and left again, like an S. Closing your eyes and flip some switches. Yeah, that's kind of what happened with BJ in the shared cockpit, because sometimes things changed and neither of us really knew what it was. We could just hear it. It'd be like, oh, that was a clicking sound. What is that? We don't know. But it's not usually a good thing. If there's a clicking sound and you don't know what it was, that's never good. Honestly, I find these approaches exciting and not... What is... I'm a little worried now. What's going on with this? My throttles are still being... I gotta do something about that throttle, because that one throttle just keeps moving on its own. This does not look like... Oh, maybe, actually. Yeah, it does. Well, we're gonna find out. Let's get our stuff. We can get this stuff here programmed in. 1016. Temperature is 20 and it's 310 at 6. I'll just say that the transition altitude is 10,000 because I don't know otherwise. That's what I want. Decision height. Let's say 1300. Just gonna change it to 11,000 feet so we don't quite yet hit the 250 knot speed limit, because we'll be down here pretty early. Still feel like this descent is always happening too soon, but I don't know. I have to look into this again if there is a different way other than, like, I'm just an open descent. If I set this to manual or managed, maybe it will. I just don't know how that's different. Nice views though. We'll be coming in like just in the evening. I'll have to try to recalibrate my thrust lever because that, and I hope it's not a physical problem with this, the Honeycomb Bravo throttle system there, because this lever here, the number 2 engine in this case, it likes to jitter, like just on its own. Even though it's clearly not moving, the computer thinks it is moving ever so slightly, and it's just like bouncing back and forth, which is very problematic. We've got, anyways, 8,000 after that, and then what's our next one? 3,500. Okay. We shall keep an eye on all this stuff, but so far things are looking pretty good. Now we are slowing to 250 because we're about to hit the 10,000 feet speed limit. Get the landing lights on. Wonder if we'll be able to pull off another auto land here or not, because that was pretty slick doing that in Vancouver. The only reason I'm not too worried about the throttle being jittery is because it doesn't really matter in this plane because it's in the detent, so it's the auto throttle's on and it doesn't jitter enough to kick it out of auto throttle. But it is a problem on, like, it was a problem on the CRJ. It caused us a big problem because it kept happening and I didn't realize that it was happening. And I feel like every time I changed that, the flaps also went wacko. So that was a big problem. Get the terrain radar back on because we're clearly getting closer to some terrain here. There are 4 planes arriving, but we are by far the closest. So we'll be alright. We don't need to worry too much about other people. We might do a general call out at some point. Ooh, look at the weather. I think the weather might be exciting, might be making it exciting for us here all by itself there, Sean. Outside temperature is in the positive though, so even if there is some precipitation here, we don't need to worry about icing, I don't think. I know you do. You're the passenger. I don't blame you for... I like exciting too, but I only like exciting if if it ends in a good result. It's a pretty low approach over this mountain here. And we have to, yeah, I mean, it just says above 9,000 and then above 8,000 for the next one. Above 7,500. We're not going to rush this down to 8,000 because we should be above 8,000. And yeah, those mountains are pretty good. Look, there's some observatory stuff up there. Radar stuff. That's cool. Not unlike the stuff I checked out in Hawaii yesterday. It's nice. Oh, we may have an ugly approach here. I don't know where that approach charge says 7,500 on the arrival. This says 3,500, and that seems more appropriate. Oh, there's the rain. Double check the temperature. +5. Oh, there's the sun coming down. That's cool. Not a big fan of these clouds here. It really would be a lot easier if I could see something. So I know we're still above some terrain here. Yep, see there's some lights there. We're pretty close to terrain.
2,500.
2,500 above ground, okay. It is kind of cool when you come out of the clouds and then there's just like stuff there. Like, I mean, there's a highway there. It's, no, that's just a reflection, sorry.
2,500.
So we're just like skirting the top of this, but we'll be all right, I think. Let's just confirm that this is correct. It wasn't.
2,500.
Good news is, at least based on the terrain radar, we don't have anything crazy now for the next bit of this leg. We just kind of skirted over most of the terrain here. Time to get ourselves situated. Minimum set landing lights, ice protection, flaps 1, seatbelts on. Okay. So it'll be 3,500, then 3,300, and then that should get us a glide slope. Now it's actually distracting with the terrain radar because it literally couldn't see the line anymore.
2,500. 2,500.
Can't quite activate approach yet.
2,500.
So the airport is actually somewhere behind us there. Can't quite see it though. No approach mode yet. Flaps 2. Get the localizer at right at the top, Vagil. I'm just on the Unicom. I'm out of range of everything else, so there's Not really anybody else speaking at this point. I think I will do once we get on our final, I'll just... people say that you can do this by voice or you can type it in the chat. It seems like people seem to be doing the Unicom stuff. Unicom is just basically anywhere where you're not in controlled airspace. They seem to be doing that by text a lot more. But it's really awkward for me to type. And I really wish that people would actually use voice more often for this stuff. Can I get approach mode yet? No, I don't like the fact that I can't get the approach mode to go on for some reason. Why is that? We're in the approach phase. Nothing. Strange. Which is really super annoying, because this is when we should be picking up our glide slope at the next point here, and I can't. Like, the approach just won't arm. I don't understand that. I don't know why it's not doing that. Everything else knows we're ready for, you know, landing and stuff. Maybe it's just because we're not configured yet for full flaps. Let's get the gear down. Let's get the cabin checks. Nope, still nothing on the approach mode front of things. I mean, we can just kind of hand fly it down, I guess, but I don't... This happens to me fairly frequently. There's the runway. That's good. We can, at least we see the lights. I just don't know why it's, like, I don't know what's causing that. Wish I knew. So we are fully configured for landing now. Nothing. Well, I don't know. Oh, this is the sleepy song, or one of the sleepy songs, yeah.
1,000.
Yeah, I don't understand this at all. I can only assume that that is some weird bug or there's something that I'm not getting. It's alright, we're just gonna... we're gonna get ourselves... manually. As soon as those red lights, one of them turns white. There we go. That means we're basically almost on the right spot here. Let's autopilot off, and now I'm just going to descend this myself. So now we're a bit high. Just going to play with those lights. That's kind of what I want. Too white, too red.
400. 100 above. 300. Minimum. 200.
Oh boy.
Retard.
That was fucked up. And my throttles are still being all kinds of wonky. I mean, we did it, you know, it wasn't pretty by any means. Almost spun out, yeah. No, that wasn't a great landing. I'm not very happy with that. But I need to figure out why that it doesn't engage the approach. I don't understand that, and unfortunately the Discord server for fly-by-wire is full of assholes for the most part, quite frankly, because anytime anybody asks a question they just repeat like some standard bullshit about blah blah, it's a team of volunteers, and like, we get it, but, you know, people are asking questions. If you don't know the answer or you don't feel like answering, don't answer, but okay. Well, you know, we did make it here, technically. So, I'm going to try to figure out what's going on with this throttle, and I'm going to try to do some research for next time to see what the deal is with the this whole approach not doing anything, because that's pretty annoying. But we made it here just in time to participate in the race on the weekend, because who needs practice anyway? And I've rolled over my audio cable a bunch of times. There we go. All right, Sean, I will catch you later, man. I might try out the DC6 later today. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll let you know if something's going on. Until next time, take care.